Today, we're comparing two of my favourite Rolex sports watches ever made. The 5-digit Rolex Explorer II 16570 and the 6-digit Rolex Explorer II 216570. Now, on every measurable specification, this is the far better watch. It has a better movement, a better bracelet, a longer power reserve, more modern construction, but this is the one I chose to buy. And let's get into it. Before we start comparing them, it's worth remembering that these are both Explorer IIs. They weren't designed to be flashy luxury watches, they were designed as a tough, practical tool watch for people who spent time underground, in caves, or in environments where distinguishing day from night wasn't always possible. That fixed 24-hour bezel and independently adjustable GMT hand made perfect sense for their original purpose. Over the years though, the Explorer II has become something completely different. It's become the understated Rolex, the watch for people who know watches, and these two references perfectly represent two different eras of Rolex. Now let's start with what is objectively the biggest improvement. Inside the 16570, you'll find either the 3185 movement or the later 3186 movement depending on the production year. Now they are fantastic movements, reliable, accurate, easy to service, and they've proven themselves for decades. But then Rolex released the 216570 with the caliber 3187. It's fitted with Rolex's Powerflex shock absorbers for improved impact resistance, and it benefits from a number of incremental improvements throughout the movement. It's also more resistant to magnetism and genuinely just feels like the next generation of Rolex engineering. And then there's the power reserve. The older model gives you roughly 48 hours. The newer movement stretches that out only to 50. Now, 2 hours isn't life-changing, but it does continue the theme throughout this watch. Everything is just slightly better. If we're scoring purely on engineering, the 216570 clearly wins. Now, here's where everything changes. The 16570 comes in at 40mm. It's slimmer, lighter, more compact, and for me, almost perfect. It disappears on the wrist. It slides under a cuff effortlessly. It wears exactly how I want a sports Rolex to wear. The 216570 grows to 42mm. It's also noticeably thicker and has much broader lugs and crown guards. There's simply more watch here. Now don't get me wrong, it wears incredibly well for a 42mm Rolex. But when I put these side by side, the 16570 just feels more elegant, feels more balanced. It's one of those watches that never feels too big, too small, and it somehow manages to work with everything. I've always preferred slightly slimmer watches, and that's exactly why this one wins me over. Not because the newer watch is worse, simply because the older one suits me better. Another place where Rolex has made a massive leap forward is the bracelet. The 216570 is fantastic, solid, substantial. The clasp is miles ahead. You have the Easy Link extension. Everything feels tighter, more premium, and more confidence inspiring. When you pick it up, it feels like a luxury watch. The 16570 bracelet, on the other hand, definitely shows its age now. One benefit is it's lighter, but the clasp is much simpler, and compared directly, there's absolutely no contest. The newer bracelet is better in almost every single way. But that improvement comes with something extra, and that is weight. The 216570 feels considerably heavier on the wrist. Some people absolutely love that reassuring heft. Personally, I enjoy how light the 16570 feels. It's comfortable all day. Sometimes I genuinely forget I'm wearing it. And although the newer bracelet is unquestionably superior, the lighter overall package of the old watch actually works in its favour for me. The 216570 has incredible presence. Larger hands, oversized orange GMT hand on that white dial, the bold maxi dial. Everything easier to read, more modern, and it really commands your attention. The 16570 is a lot more subtle, understated, clearly a little vintage in comparison, and that's exactly what I love. It's one of those watches that fellow enthusiasts notice immediately, while everyone else simply sees a clean Rolex sports watch. If someone asked me which is the better watch, I would definitely answer the 216570 without hesitation. Rolex has improved almost everything. The movement, the bracelet, the lume, the clasp, robustness, it's objectively the superior watch. But that is not the same question as which one would you rather own. For me, I would still rather have my 16570, because every time I put it on it feels right. The proportions, the weight, the comfort, the versatility, it has become my favourite Rolex reference for exactly those reasons. That said, I have to admit something, and that is I am seriously considering adding the black dial 216570 to the collection in the future. Because while the white 16570 remains my favourite, I think the black dial 216570 offers something completely different. So who knows, maybe one day I'll end up owning both, and honestly, that sounds like a pretty good problem to have. The brilliant thing about this comparison is that there really isn't a wrong answer. Whether you choose the 16570 or the 216570, you're getting one of the greatest sports watch Rolex has ever produced. One appeals to people who love refinement, comfort and classic proportions, and the other delivers modern engineering, incredible build quality and great everyday practicality. Whatever camp you're in, I'd love to know. Are you team 16570 or team 216570? Drop a comment below, because I genuinely like to read every single one. And finally, I'd like to ask you one small favour. Only around 1% of you watching are currently subscribed. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, or you've been coming back week after week, I'd really appreciate it if you'd consider hitting that subscribe button. It genuinely helps the channel grow, and it means that I can keep making more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next Friday at 5 PM.